For those of you that are on YouTube and you record for your channels, have you ever had videos where you start them off and it feels like you've had to stop and restart them about 4 or 5 different times, either through your own awkwardness, so to speak, or just various things happening around you out of your control? Okay, well, maybe it's just me because I've already tried to do this video about 5 times. I'm about to the point where we're just going to push through it. And if y'all hear something crazy in the background, then we're just going to keep on going. If I sound like an idiot, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Unfortunately, I am not feeling very well today. And I'll explain that more in one of the coloring chats that hopefully I can get up on YouTube later tonight or tomorrow morning. So, happy Friday. Hope you all are getting ready for the weekend. And I tried to record this last night, and after with doing the flip throughs and realizing how long the video was getting, I was like, that's ridiculous. I want to make this shorter. Well, I'm sure people appreciate the lengthy flip throughs, and I try really hard not to put up multiple videos. If I have a group of books like this, I'm just going to put them all in one video. But as usual, I will put the timestamps in the description so you know. So if there is a particular book you're interested in, you can go directly to that one. I don't really want to make anybody have to sit through other books they're not interested in, which is fine by me. And that's on me for not doing 4 separate videos. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of people that do that, and I like that. So, and in a rare moment, like with Magical Fairies, if I get a new release or something, I'll cover just that one. And we do have a new release here, but I had a couple other books come with it. So anyway, before we get started on these flip throughs, though, I want to talk about Happy Mail. Well, wait, before we get to Happy Mail, I'm going to show y'all. So for those of you that have seen my video for Talk Like a Pirate Day, I was coloring out of this book because I've been dying to color out of this book. And first off, and then secondly, there's a character in here called Pirate Kitty. And this is a comic strip, an online comic. And I found their website, and I'll put that one in the description as well. I've done a flip through of this one before. I think it was during a live stream. But I was working on the picture in here because Pirate Kitty's birthday is Talk Like a Pirate Day. I wanted to finish it on camera, but we all know how often that happens. So I had to go back and finish it up. So I wanted to show y'all the finished result. Well, maybe I will. There we go. I'm trying to keep the mic close so the volume's okay. So here's my finished picture. We ended up, see, look, there's cat hair on it. That makes it legit, right? I used Copics and a couple Cali arts for this. Basically, all I did after I got off the camera is I went back over the sky, where I finished up the sky, and true to form, I had already put up the blue I was using here, and being lazy, I started putting this down. I'm like, hey, that's a darker blue. But you know what? That totally worked out because I like this a whole lot better. I think it's a lot more vibrant type of color. But I went over the ship again. I did go ahead and put another layer on Pirate Kitty himself, because for those of you who haven't watched the video, I picked up the wrong gray that I was using for his ears, and it was just, I'm an idiot. It was late at night, and I apparently wasn't paying attention. But I did go back over him a third time with the lightest gray just to see if I could get them closer, and it actually worked out really well. I like this a lot better on him, and it comes a lot closer to matching his ears. So, great example of if you think you've messed something up, no worries. You can find a way to make it work. So, I absolutely love this picture. I think Pirate Kitty is my new spirit animal right now. He's just got that sass with that eye patch and that tooth. And they have a Kickstarter project on their website for plushies. and I have to go look, and I want to support it because I'm telling you, Pirate Kitty plushie is on my wish list now. But anyway, I love how this turned out. Actually, I'm going to have to figure out a way to put it up on the wall because this just makes me happy when I look at it. So anyway, for those of you that saw that. Okay, well, first off, I apologize. Hang on. First off, I apologize for pretty much killing your ears at that moment because I knocked the microphone off the desk. Again, though, I'm not restarting this video, so we're just going to power through that. Actually, here, let's do this. I need like a technical difficulties I need to make up a little card and just stick it here as I'm adjusting stuff. Okay, everything's crooked. The mat's crooked, my camera's crooked, but when I make them both crooked, somehow it ends up straight. So we're just going to leave it as is. And one of my cats is trying to come up here. All right. So after that, I also wanted to talk about Happy Mail. I don't talk about this too much. I've gotten a few things here and there. But I did want to talk about them here because with me not feeling well lately, I haven't had a chance to respond to these awesome ladies. And I just want them to know that I did get these and I really appreciate them. So one of my friends who, now I've got a cat trying to knock off everything. I'm telling y'all, they never get up on this desk. Why they're trying to get up here today of all days, I do not know. One of my years ago when I started my journal, we called them journals back then, whencatsattack.com, and I do still have that. I just don't update very often. When I first started out with that, I ended up, I was on is it Live Journal? I think that's right. Anyway, somehow I came across this other lady named Michelle, who also had a page, and she had she not only liked cats, she had dogs and she has bunnies, and I don't know, we just kind of clicked. And even when we both kind of stopped updating our journals as much, we became friends on Facebook, and I've known her longer than I've known a lot of people in my life. So we've never had a chance to meet. I'm hoping over the next year or two, maybe I can sneak a flight to go down and actually get to see her face to face. But I really do consider her like an awesome friend. And Michelle, if you're watching this, and I know you probably will, I just want to tell you again, thank you so much for what you've sent me over the summer. It has definitely been one of the things to kind of keep me going. And she is sneaky. And she is sneaky, and she will send them because they're in. I have a nice collection of some very beautiful Amazon gift bags, by the way. If you ever send a gift to someone, they have some gorgeous cloth gift bags that are just beautiful. Anyway, she's surprised me on a number of occasions, and I have to come up with a way to thank her for that. I have some ideas. So anyway, this was one of the things she sent me at the start of the summer. It's really cool. I actually have it in my little display cabinet. And it just talks about a lot of these people. They will, for some reason, these cats apparently do not mind getting paint on their paws. So they'll just put this here, and then they'll, the cat will reach up and do whatever. And then, of course, we have art. And I've joked before and said, that mine don't want to hold markers. I've tried to get them to, or gel pens, and they're just not having it. But I don't know. They might be on board with this. Sid actually tried to do this with the stain she stepped in one day. Maybe that was what it was. She freaked me out because I thought it was blood because it was really dark red. And then apparently a can we'd used to stain our screened-in porch had leaked a little bit, and she had stepped in it. And so there were little red footprints. So maybe this is what she was trying to do. You know, I'll look at this and I'll gain some new appreciation for her art. But anyway, this is an awesome book. I haven't had a chance to really read through it yet, but I don't know. I love it. This makes me so happy. So there's that. And this wasn't all she sent. I just wanted to show a few things. Where did I put? I tell y'all, it's been a day. I'm sitting here trying to find my cell phone, and if you're wondering why, it's because some of these other two things were so big. I didn't really want to. Do not want to have to move the camera. But anyway, we'll make do. So obviously this is not one of my cats. Well, I guess it is technically. He's a quote cat. He's one of my cats. So this, and you'll see him in his entirety. He's pretty tall dude, couple feet, and filled with stuffing. And he stands up, and as you could tell, he or she, I don't know, is oddly realistic. And the funny thing about that was when I got him, I had put him up in the living room on top of some bookshelves. And I come home one day from running errands, and he's turned around facing the wall. And I asked my husband, I said, why is he facing the wall? Because I knew I hadn't done that. I mean, I'm crazy, but I really didn't remember doing that. He said he was staring at me and he creeped me out. And I cannot tell you how many times I walked by that bookshelf, and out of the corner of my eye, I really thought one of my cats was up there, and I had to look because it's a place where they can't get up too easily. So he had to come in here to my little art corner with me, and he is awesome. Like I said, I love how realistic he looks. That's just awesome. And finally, and probably about the time I show you these things, I will find my phone, but that's okay. So like I said, this thing's huge. This was actually the most recent thing she sent me. And I was able to respond to her, but I didn't have much time to say a lot. So I want her to know I do absolutely love this. It is a picture, and it says, all you need is love and a cat. And at the bottom, I don't wreck anything, you can see it's got some really cute kitties drawn in and painted in. And I absolutely love this. I already had some things I wanted to hang in here, and that just completely adds to it. So, and like I said, I was just going to show you all the picture on my camera so you could get an idea of the size of it. It's not a super large picture, but it's, medium sized. I don't know if I told this story, but when I'm going to put her cat, we'll just leave. Here, we'll do this. So y'all have some. So y'all can stare at the cat and marvel at his realistic look. When she sent me this cat and the Why Can't Cats Paint book, and I think there were a couple other things in there. She's also been nice enough. She loves to bake, and I end up she bakes some really cool things, and I love to bake too, but I am normally not a decorative type person. I'm more like, I'm going to make it because it's going to be eaten, and I'm not going to go to a whole lot of trouble about it. But I love watching her bake because she comes up with some really neat cakes and cookies and things like that. And I think it was the day Felix passed away. I had gotten a package from her with a Hello Kitty cake tin. Should have showed y'all that, and some cake mix and frosting because we had talked about it. And it'd be really fun to actually get to bake with her. But, obviously we're not next door to each other, so we have to find other ways to do that. And I tell that story because she seems to have a knack for knowing, even if I haven't said much on the videos or anything, even before I started the channel, she seems to have a knack for knowing when I need a pick-me-up, I guess. And you all know how this summer's been for me. The very first package she sent had a giant thing of Temptation cat treats. And I think I've told the story before, but for y'all that are new, I wanted to say this. I don't ever get Temptation cat treats for the cats because Scamper, she turns into like the Exorcist in terms of just vomit everywhere for days if she even eats one of those. I don't know why, but for that reason, I never buy those. And Felix, my oldest, had gotten to the point where he didn't want to eat anything else. I think I got another week with him because for 2 or 3 days, all he would eat those and nothing but those for 2 or 3 days. So that was special, but it also carried another uh, thing that neither one of us realized it would do, because I would have never gotten them otherwise. So I had another good quality of life week with him because that helped him get through that couple days of not wanting to eat. So super special. She's super special. And I feel like a bum because she's really been there for me. And I hope that one day I can repay the favor. All right. I know, guys, this one's running long too now. It's all right. So, speaking of surprises, because y'all, I don't know. Every time one of these have shown up, I've just been speechless, and I was speechless on was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I hadn't had a chance to talk about this yet. I got a package, very pretty pink envelope, and I'm not showing the addresses, obviously. I got this really pretty card. It says, "A cat pours his body on the floor like water," which is a quote by William Lloyd Phelps, which is absolutely true, if you've seen any of my cats. Anyway, this is from Debbie N, and she wrote a really nice note. She put in a really nice note on the inside of this card. I'm not going to read it to y'all because, I don't know how much she wants me to read. But basically, she knows how rough a couple months I've had. And so she sent me this. And Debbie, thank you, because, yeah, this, and of course, all of you on YouTube is basically what's kept me going this summer. I don't think I would have handled everything nearly as well, or anything I'm currently experiencing nearly as well, without y'all. And stuff like this, it makes me so happy. It really does. And it was completely unexpected and came at a time when I really needed it. So thank you. She also sent me these adorable pencil cases. They are so cute. I have never seen these before, and I love that there's you have the black and white one, and then you have the white and black. And they've got little they're like little pencil cases, so you can just zip them open. And they have a little handle on the back, and these are just adorable. I love them. I have some smaller pencil sets these will be perfect for. Is it Pelican or Pelican? I don't know. That's a smaller set of pencils that I actually really enjoy using. And I think this would be a good home for them. And also when I go out and I'm coloring like at the doctor's office or something, these are going to be the perfect size for taking stuff with me. So thank you so much, Debbie. I really appreciate it. And like I said, it completely took me by surprise. So, all right, now we're going to get to the actual flip throughs. And again, the timestamps are going to be in the description. So I will try to run through these a little quicker. So I just got this yesterday, and someone had asked me how this one is, and I just got it like half an hour before, and I said I'd do a flip through today. I was going to do one last night, but that video got super long, and I hadn't even included the Happy Meal stuff in with it, and I was like, that's excessive for even me. So we're gonna run through these today. But this is the newest release by Marjorie Sarnat. Those of you who've been around for a while, you all know that she is one of my favorite artists. And I was super excited for Magical Fairies. I had that one pre-ordered. I did not pre-order this one, but after a few days of thinking about it and having a Dover Rewards, I think it was like a $10 one to redeem on the Dover site, it was a perfect opportunity to get this one. So, again, this is her newest release. Magical Fairies came out in August, and then I think this came out just a few weeks ago. The odd thing is, I think on Amazon and some other sites, some of those who pre-ordered it or whatever, there were some issues with shipping or inventory or something. So some of them may actually still be waiting on this. If you are, uh, or if you're interested in this, I would check. If you like Amazon, check with them first. But Dover site's actually pretty decent. I got this in 2 days because I didn't get the media mail free shipping option. So pretty good shipping time. This is a typical Creative Haven book, at least in my experience. Perforated pages, basically a medium level paper quality. It can withstand almost everything I've thrown at it. You have your front cover, it's all one-sided. You have your front and back cover with examples from the book to kind of inspire you. You have your title page with your little picture here that you can color in. This is a great tester page because there aren't any additional pages in the book. So you get your greeting here. I'm not going to read it all, but it says more than 30 beautifully drawn scenes depict seasonal images of stockings filled with adorable animals, characters from the Nutcracker, toys, a variety of angels, a pair of cute kittens and mittens, and a festive gingerbread house. So I had been asked, with the books that Marjorie Sarnat has put out, I've noticed there are two distinct, I guess, styles that she has. So for like Creative Kittens and Creative Cats, a lot of the animal-based books, those have a lot of detail, a lot of small details, and I love that. There's nothing wrong with that, but I've learned very quickly that those are going to be longer term projects for me. But the ones that she features mostly people in, like her Angels book, which I don't have, but I've seen, the Magical Fairies book, those tend to be more. The term she used was flowy, because I don't know, the lines are a lot more fluid. There's not quite as much detail usually in those pictures. African Glamour, I think, is one of the other ones, and they're not quite as intricate or detailed. And so she asked me which one of this book is it quote flowy or is it detailed? And honestly, this book is the first one I've seen of hers that I own that is kind of both. So like you can see in this first picture, you have, Santa Claus and you have animals, and you still have your detail here, but you also have like the looser lines on Santa Claus. And this book has a very nice balance of white space along the edges. The pages are usually pretty filled up with her books, but this one's a nice change because you get a little more white space to balance everything out. And like me, if you're not in the mood for like super detailed work, these pictures I feel a little less intimidated by when I'm not ready to tackle like really detailed work. This one is a good one for the people that love those details. You've got your Christmas tree, and we're going to speed this up because I got other books to go through. So here's a good one, a good page that is more of like the really detailed type pages too. You still got a little bit of white space in the background, which is nice, but I think this is the style I see her use the majority of the time. This one will probably be the first one I color. I absolutely love this. Every time I go back and look at it, it makes me happy. This is definitely going to be the first one I color out of this. Some more detail work. And then this one's a little more open. You still have a good mix because, if you really make these ornaments distinct and different, you definitely have a good combination of, you can make it as detailed or as little detailed as you want. Same with this. I don't know. This book has a really nice balance to it. And I really love it. This one is actually really reminds me of the Angels and Magical Fairies books because the lines are very similar. So I love all her books, but I see I really like this one too. I love all her books, and I like that she mixes things up too. That's really nice. And it's, it gives some good variety for sure. But I like this one as well. This might actually be the second one I color out of here, or I might color this one sooner. I'm not sure. It won't be anytime soon because I'll be honest, I'm not really in a Christmas spirit at the moment. I didn't want to wait till closer to Christmas for this, but she's also good at having dual images sometimes, not copies, but like you could color this one and color this one, and if you want to take them out and like frame them or something, you have two that you can display side by side, and that happens in a lot of her books, and I really like that. So there's that one. Of course, I love this one. You got your puppies. It's not just cats here. But no, like I said, I just love that she puts a lot of variety in her books. So I will always be partial to creative cats. This is cute with the elves. I like this one. I will always be partial to creative cats and kittens for obvious reasons. But I have to admit, those really intimidated me at first because it just seemed like more than I could actually do. And this is another good little detailed page, and you have your kitties. I like the little swirls on their stripes. That's pretty. So there's that. I'm trying to do a full flip through of most of these because, like with this one just came out, and I want to make sure everybody gets a good chance to look at it. And with Christmas coming up, you may want to go ahead and start getting your books together. I love this one with the skates and just, I don't know, the curves on it and just a lot of the curvy designs on here with the snowflakes. I already have 2 or 3 different ideas I'm going to try with that one. But like I said, it will probably be a little bit closer to Christmas before I color in this one because it's kind of like with the stores. If you're already putting Christmas stuff out for Halloween, I'm not going to be buying any Christmas stuff. I want to get through Halloween first so I can give Christmas its proper attention and definitely give this book the attention it deserves. So I will be coloring quite a bit out of this, probably series in August, and then this one just a few weeks ago. So she's been busy this year. Oh boy. So apparently now my connection's unstable, and we're just going to power through it and hope that it doesn't stop this video, because if it does, I just don't know if I'm going to ever do this video. Okay, this is not fair. Anyway, okay. I'm going to try it. We'll see. I've seen that pop up a few times before. If it makes a big difference when I watch it back, then I will have to come up with something else. I got this with a online auction. I normally don't go to those very frequently on Facebook, but this one in particular caught my eye because it came with like a little pack of super tips as well. I've not seen this one out very much. This might have been a book that, a while back was out and about more frequently than it is now. This is from Colorama. It's called The Enchanted Journey. It is a special coloring journal. It is okay. Well, the unstable connection warning went away, so we're going to cross our fingers and hope. So anyway, it's illustrated by Nikolette Corley, and you get your nameplate page. The one before this would be a good tester page. Now, what makes this unique, at least in the books that I've seen, is not only do you have really awesome pictures to color, but on the opposite pages, you get prompts for writing. So, like when I was in high school and we had creative writing or whatever, you get a prompt to actually write something, and that's kind of what this is. When it says it's actually a journal, that's also included. So this would be describe a place that feels magical to you. The paper is pretty thick quality. I would say it may even be a little thicker than Creative Haven paper, but it's fairly close. These are one-sided since you have the prompts, and these always match the page opposite of them. So if you're not too big on the journal things, and you want to use, say, markers or something, I have not tested these yet, so I can't tell you what bleeds through and what doesn't. Obviously, alcohol markers are probably going to bleed through, but the water-based ones may not. Describe your journey to find love. I like that with the two little birds there. What childhood stories are closest to your heart? I'm assuming this was kind of a play, maybe on like The Little Mermaid or something. Well, first off, some of these I would need a whole lot more lines to actually write in them. But this has a mix. It's got people in it. You get like your little houses. There's some mushroom houses in this. You get animals like these cute little owls. You get this one. You get some that are kind of like mandalas. And these are all different quests from the, cough, cough. You could find that and look back and just see how much you've changed in all that time. And I think this would be a great book for something like that. For What Are You Still Searching? And this is a pretty lengthy book. I'm actually going to have to speed up here. Of course, I like this one. This would be actually a pretty good Halloween picture too. It is a smaller book overall, as you can see. It's lengthwise. It is not the standard size, like a standard size coloring book, but it is a little, I think it makes up for it being a little wider. So it's still a good size. But really nice variety of images. And you have not only images you can make kind of detailed if you want. You also have some that, in all honesty, if you just want to color something in like one sitting, you could do very easily. These don't go to the binding, the edge of the paper, which is really nice. Like this one, if you just felt like coloring something small, these types of pictures would be perfect. And you add in some of this, and it really does make this book a little more special. This would also be really cool for, a teenager, and they can color it and write down how they feel and stuff, and then something for them to hold on to, or for you to hold on to as they get older, and then being able to go back and I'd say do that even, for me now, I would fill this out and then take care of it for, maybe another 20 years. I like that one with the little rabbits. Hold on to it for like 10, 15 years. This one's cute. See, look, this cat, I guarantee he ain't actually using those pencils. He's knocking them off the table. That's what's happening there. That one's pretty with a well. If you were granted 3 wishes, what would they be? I don't know. When I color out this book, I may actually ask y'all the prompt, and then you can always write it if you want to. You can always share it in the comments. Y'all get the idea. Like I said, you got some detailed images. You've got more simple ones. A lot of these are more landscape based. I like this one. You could definitely take a little more time with these. This one with the castle and the dog is cute. You got your ship. If you learn from past experiences. Oh, buddy. Yeah, no, I need a lot more lines than that for that one. Goodness, what is that weird sound? You got food in here too, so that's awesome. If you're like trying to not be tempted by cupcakes and whatnot, maybe you want to like put a paper clip or something, so you just skip right over that one. And there's here in particular, there's a number of little fairies and for you to color. So yeah, really nice mix. It's a very big book. I'm I should have remembered this from last night. But there are quite a few pictures for sure. Anyway, I really like it, and I think it started out when I found it online. I think the starting price for it was like $12 or $13, but I'm not sure if it sells online. I'm not sure what this sells for because, like I said, I have not seen it very much. Inky Galaxy by Helen Elliston. Oh, I should have went ahead and looked it up. I have one of her books on like coloring tips and tricks. I can't remember the actual name of the book. It's like right out of my reach. And I'm sure if I try to look at it, the whole mess of books is going to come crashing down. And then y'all are going to be like, okay, is somebody... Well, this isn't a public live stream, so y'all just would never know. Yes, this is it. Hey, I managed to do that. Color Special Effects. This is one of her books on coloring different items and things like that. I don't know why it didn't click in my head that maybe she'd have her own books as well, coloring books as well. And this one caught my eye because, first off, I don't see a lot of space-related coloring books, or at least I haven't so far. And so that really caught my attention. This is also a smaller book height-wise than the Enchanted Journey, but it's actually kind of smaller this way too. I did not realize that when I ordered it, and I was a little bummed by it, but I really like the pictures, so it's not a huge deal for me. But it wasn't, I think it was about $10, $12, something like that. I don't know if I would collect all her books, but this one in particular, I'm still happy I got. She does have a theme of books: Inky Ocean, Inky Garden, Inky Mandalas, Inky Extreme, and so on. These are all single-sided. I don't even know if I saw this one last night. It is a little bit thinner paper. If you could probably use markers on it, but I'm actually curious to see what it would do. Would it soak them up? Would it do a lot of bleeding through lines and things like that? It's not super dark lines, but it's probably about middle of the road. And this book is kind of strange. I mean, I saw a few screenshots of it, or I saw a few pictures of it on Amazon, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I get it, and it's still really cool. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to adjust this so it's sitting on the microphone. Okay, there we go. And I still love it, but it is a little bizarre. If you like the cool but weird books, and you know I do, we've been through 2 Alice in Wonderland books where I'm just fascinated by them. I like this one with the planets as balloons. Then this is one of the books for you. And like I said, I haven't seen a lot of like space-related coloring books, though I do have kind of related to that one on the way, and y'all laugh when you see it. So there's that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this one's a little weird. I don't know if I'll ever color that one. That might be beyond my ability of handling it. Y'all know I saw this picture at one point, and that was just sealed the deal for me. It's kind of like a mandala. So there's a fair amount of pictures in this book, actually. For most of these, I would say some of them would take a good period of time if you're wanting to do like shading and stuff. I wouldn't say there are any like really simple images in it, but you got a cross between fairly detailed and then super detailed. A lot of these would also do well with like obviously a black background for the sky, but again, I would need to test it for bleed through purposes to see if I could use like a Pitt pen or if I need to just deal with black colored pencils and stuff. I really like this one with the mice and the wolf in black, and then you have your black background. Honestly, I kind of wish a few more of these had that black background already printed. I mean, I feel like that would actually be pretty accurate for this book, obviously. I might be skipping a few pages. Not really trying to, but I figure y'all are getting enough of the book. I'm really curious about this one. Like, just getting into it and seeing what I can do. Well, there's fairly easy, simple image. Some weird aliens. You could do a lot of stuff with this. Anyway, it's actually printed in Lexington, Kentucky. That's near here. There's a blank page at the end. You probably could, and here's her address for more of her art and stuff. You could probably use that as a tester page for sure. All right, last one for today. This is I gotten this one with the Creative Christmas because I had enough Dover rewards to get the $10 off. But if I'd used that with just her book and shipping, I wouldn't have. I actually probably would have been to the negative in terms of I would have used it and still had a couple dollars left. So I've been really wanting to get more color by number books, and I have some others to show later on. Those are like maximum level color by numbers, but this caught my eye, of course, and I ended up getting it. It was a little more than I usually would pay for a Creative Haven book, but this is by I'll just go on to the title page. This is by George Toufexis. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. As with a lot of color by numbers, you have your finished pictures here. If you're using this particular legend for the numbers, of course, you can make these colors anything you want and create your own. Part of the images are here and the other half are on the back page. So you've got your cat you can color here. This one actually has its own description page, so this would work well as a test page. These are also perforated, one-sided. Again, nothing unique for Creative Haven books. Now, when I said I paid a little more, I was kind of like, okay, sure. But I really wanted this one. But then I saw there are 46 pictures in this book. This has more pictures, I think, in it than any other Creative Haven book I've gotten. So what it is it runs through mostly all the different breeds of cats. And the numbers are very small. I may have to get a magnifying glass for this. And the line art is more gray than black, so that when you're coloring it, the numbers aren't really showing through like they do in the Floral Designs book that I like. It's not a big deal to me, but I do like that they offer this. Just like I said, the numbers in this are really small, so you may need something if you're like me and you have to really squint to see that. The actual name of the breed is... It would help if I actually put it in the camera, huh? So I was having trouble finding it last night. It is really wedged in here. Like I guess they didn't want it on the perforated part, and y'all can't really see that. Anyway, that says Abyssian if you're wondering what it's saying. Anyway, each breed of cat is in that little corner right there, which is cool, and I understand why they did that, because they didn't want it to be on the actual page if you were wanting to tear out the page. This is American Curl. You have a good mix of landscape images like this, and then your standard portrait type pages. This is American Shorthair Gold. There are a lot of these that are that way, and so I would continuously have to move this around, so we'll just operate under the assumption that you can kind of see them. I really like this one, the American Shorthair Silver. One of the things that I really enjoy about this book is that not only do you have the variety of cats to color, they're also all they also all have very unique backgrounds. It's an Australian mist, which I don't think I have heard of. Actually, coloring these would be really interesting if I use the colors they provided, because some of these I wouldn't even know. Oh, I wanted to show this because I think it's May that has bangles. I can talk today, I promise. I think it is. I was in one of her live streams. I think this is the type of cat she has, or a few of them. Some of the wilder cats are in here. They have a Osicat, a Savannah. I think the Osicat. If you've ever watched Archer, is Babu a Osicat or a Savannah? I can't remember. I'm not gonna read all these out. We'd be here all day. This is classic tabby, so they do have, I guess, what you'd consider maybe not necessarily like a major breed of cats. So, and some of the like that striped tabby, I may venture off from the colors from that. This is a Devon Rex. I may go with some different colors. This is the Egyptian Mal. It's really pretty. And color it like tiger or something because I think that would be cute. And so, yeah, they have a mix of, this is the European short hair. There is a munchkin in here. I remember that. This one reminds me of Maggie. It's a Japanese bobtail, but that tail, man, I know my cats are not breed cats. They are mongrel cats. Stray. They're just strays. I'm sure there's some mix of something going on there, but La Perm, their fur is really wild looking. This is a mackerel tabby. You have your Maine Coon, of course. I was really looking for this is, I like him looking at the goldfish. This is the Munchkin. Whoop, there you go. So like with the Munchkin and some of these others, it, regarding breeded cats, yeah, let me add some nice fun information for your day along with this. A lot of times, well, obviously, this is an Osicat. With specific breed cats, Oriental Shorthair, sometimes the downside to them is there are some genetics to those cats that can cause them to have specific health issues. Here's a Persian, like with, I think it's the Persians and a lot like Himalayans and stuff, their nose gets really squished up, and sometimes I think that can cause like breathing issues. It's actually a Persian kitten. And then there's some that have, like the Munchkin cat, there's some controversy because with their legs being shorter like that, that can cause them spine issues. This is a ragamuffin. And so I'm not gonna go on a rant or anything about any type of cat, but you know, there's a Savannah. Not been a Savannah. A Serval's another one that's a pretty wild cat. You get to those types of cats, and they're really like, you have to either, here's your Siamese, you have to have them either by themselves or with other cats of the same breed, because they are a little more wild and a whole lot different than like your basic domestic house cat. It's a silver tabby, so they toss in some just different ones here and there. Whoops. Here's the Sphinx. Yep. But spotted tabby actually would probably be the better one for tiger. Tabby short hair. What was I going to say? Oh, there are Norwegian forest cats in here. I must have skipped that page. Turkish Angora. I think it's either one, the Turkish Angora or the Norwegian forest cats like water. It may be both of them. And a Turkish fan. But yeah, they just like absolutely love water for some reason. There's like 2 or 3 Persian cats in here. I just noticed that. Anyway, here's the other half of the completed pages. This is a really good sized book. And it's not expert level color by number, but it definitely isn't like, I wouldn't say it's a beginner level either. It's pretty much right there in the middle. I'm really excited about this book, and I'm glad I got it for sure. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this one. I am going to go take a bit of a break. Maybe see if I can figure out something I can eat safely. And I'll talk about that later. As always, again, I will put the timestamps in the description if you want to see just a specific book. Also, the giveaway for the 400 subscribers ends tonight. and the clock strikes 12 Central Time. So if you haven't had a chance to get over there and comment and you want to enter, please do so. I will do my best to go ahead and assign everybody a number. If you've commented and you haven't received your number on it, please comment again and let me know. I think I've got everybody. But like I said, just a quick reminder on that, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.